Hi, I'm Dr. Navarra. Thank you for joining me for this week's relationship tip. The Gottman lab was one of the first to do observational research with couples. Basically, it's trying to learn what works, what doesn't work, just by observing couples that seem to have a happy relationship versus those who don't. There was an important concept that came out of this research, and it's really considered within this research frame as the smallest units of intimacy. These smallest units of intimacy add up to a stable relationship. Many people haven't heard about it, and it's actually very doable. Stay tuned. Dr. Julie and John Gottman's research on divorce prediction and divorce prevention is understood in the Sound Relationship House model. One level in the Sound Relationship House is called bids and turning towards, and here's how it works. A bid is any attempt one partner is making to connect with their partner. It could be a bid for time, for affection, for humor, and how the partner typically responds is a huge predictor in the stability of the relationship. If the partner responds to the bid in a way that the bidder is hoping for and anticipating, then that's like putting money in the emotional bank account, and that's referred to as turning towards. Turning towards simply refers to responding and acknowledging the partner's bid. There are two other responses that take money out of the emotional bank account. One response is called turning away. That's defined as a lack of response to the bid, basically ignoring the bid. Oftentimes, the turning away response is because partners are preoccupied, not necessarily because there's distress or tension or anger between partners. So an unresponded to bid would be called turning away, and that takes money out of the emotional bank account. And finally, there's turning against. This is when the listener hears the bid and responds with negativity or with an attack of some kind. Typically, when bids are not responded to with turning towards, but either turning away or turning against, the frequency of bids reduces. The Gottmans describe these small, brief interactions as the smallest units of intimacy. Bids lead to bids. Turning towards leads to turning towards. Small, seemingly insignificant interactions add up to a sense of connection, to a sense of you're listening to me, to a sense of I'm important. So it isn't that these topics are necessarily deepening the relationship because of the content. It's much more about responding respectfully to your partner. These are the smallest units of intimacy that can come and go in the blink of an eye. Here are some examples of what to look for in understanding the differences in these responses. Cindy and I are going to role play 3 responses to a high-level bid. In this role play, my character is feeling stressed and overwhelmed and is reaching out to his partner for support, not just to accomplish a task, but to not feel alone in the stress. Let's look at how turning away can lead to him feeling alone and to feeling basically left out in the rain. Oh boy. Can I interrupt you for a moment, please? I've got this email that's really important to me. I'm anxious it's got to be sent out today, and I appreciate if you take a moment to look at it. If you would take a moment to do that, I would be less anxious before I press the send button.
Sure.
Okay. Now let's take a look at what happens with a turning against response. John Gottman describes a close, intimate relationship as feeling like a port in the storm. We don't want our partners to feel like the storm. Can I interrupt you for a moment, please?
What?
I know you're busy and you got a lot going on, but I have this email that I need to send out today, and I'm really anxious about it. If you just take a look at it for a moment, see what you think before I push the send button.
Yeah, you know I'm really busy right now. And
Right.
I need to get this done.
Yeah, do you have just a moment?
Not right now.
And finally, in the same scenario with a turning towards response, the bidder is feeling supported by his partner and does not feel alone in the stress. It's much more than accomplishing a task. Notice how this exchange just takes a moment and yet can make all of the difference in this relationship. We know from the research that couples who stay together and are happy turn towards their partner's bids 86% of the time. Those who were not happy in their relationship or didn't stay together only turned toward their partner 33% of the time. Can I interrupt you for a moment, please?
Sure.
I'm sorry to bother you. I know you're working over there. But I've got this email that needs to go out today, and I'm really anxious about it. And I would really appreciate if you would take a moment just to look at it before I push the send button.
Sure. Give me a second to finish up what I'm doing here and I'll come over and take a look.
Great, I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right.
All right. In the second role play, we're going to see a low-level bid, which basically is Cindy's character is missing her partner. She makes a bid for connection, but her partner is unable to respond, unable to step out of his emotional world to see this as a bid. She ends up feeling more alone than before making the bid.
Having a rough day?
Oh, yeah.
You want to talk about it? I guess not.
In the second role play, the response to the bid is turning against, leaving Cindy feeling not only alone, but hurt, and also decreases trust in the relationship.
So how's your day going?
You know, you asked me earlier, I told you I'm having a really bad day.
Okay.
And finally, in the third response of turning towards this bid, Cindy's character not only feels heard, but feels connected in a way that allows her to know that her partner's with her and that they will have time to talk later to connect. And once again, this exchange just took a moment.
So you're having a rough day?
Yeah, I am. It's really a lot of stuff going on.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, I feel like I just need to sort of deal with this stuff right now. Thanks for checking in, but not right now.
Okay, so maybe later then.
Yeah, I can